Are you thinking about moving to Bowling Green, Kentucky, but want to find out what's true and not true about the town? Well, today we're going to be squashing all the rumors. We're going to be going through all the myths and misconceptions and give you a full understanding of Bowling Green. And we're getting to it right now. Hey, what's up, guys? So welcome to the channel. My name's Adam Haynes. I'm a local realtor here in Middle Tennessee as well as South Central Kentucky. And today we're going to be talking about Bowling Green. So it is the land of Corvettes, sinkholes, ghost stories, and apparently a massacre that never happened. Yeah, we'll get into that later. Okay, so if you are not from here, you probably only know Bowling Green from like your random internet headlines or Corvette calendar that your uncle has hanging up in their garage or something like that. But there's a lot more to it. And today we are going to be setting the record straight because Bowling Green has a lot of myths and misconceptions swirling out there. And there are some that are funny, some that are spooky, and some that are just plain wrong. So stick around, guys. We're going through all of it right now. All right, let's start with the wildest one, the Bowling Green Massacre, y'all. So now, if you don't remember, back in 2017, a political spokesperson went on TV and mentioned this massacre that was like it was a real event. And the whole country was like, what massacre? Did I miss this in history class? What are you talking about? And then the internet did what the internet does. It turned Bowling Green into a meme overnight. And suddenly we were the site of a massacre that never happened. Okay, so people made memorials. We did like a never forget tweets and the whole 9 yards. But okay, so here's the truth. There was no massacre. There is nothing. It was fake news, as I like to call it. But as for the actual history, nope, nothing ever happened. Kelly Conway, who started the entire misunderstanding, misspoke about the situation. So the actual truth is that she is referring to two Iraqi refugees that were arrested in Bowling Green on charges of attempting to send money and weapons to Al-Qaeda. So not exactly the same as massacre, but it definitely did hit the headline news like it was. So if you see a souvenir shirt out there somewhere that like you survived the Bowling Green Massacre, go and grab it because it's going to be a collectible one day, I'm sure. All right, so next up, people think Bowling Green is just some tiny little rural farm town, guys. So you tell somebody that you're from here, they picture a gas station, Dollar General, and some cows wandering around downtown like it's an extra for a Chick-fil-A commercial or something like that. But no, Bowling Green is actually the third largest city in Kentucky, y'all. So we have over 75,000 people that live in the city, and the whole metro area is about 200,000. So it's not exactly Nashville, but it's not a blink and you'll miss it type town either. We got a big university there. We've got hospitals, neighborhoods, fitness centers, parks, shopping malls, traffic jams, all this stuff. Now, sure, you can drive about 15 minutes outside of town and you'll see the beauty of farmland as well as the frustration of tractors holding up traffic and that kind of thing. But that is Bowling Green, y'all. It's kind of a best of both worlds type town. It's urban enough where you can live the city life, but rural enough in just a few short minutes and you got the country life for you. So it's a pretty cool little area. So no, Bowling Green isn't a one-stop like kind of town. We do have pretty much everything you need to, never have to leave the city if you don't want to. However, if you want to go to the dance club, go see Taylor Swift, Dave Chappelle, or any professional sports team, you're about an hour from Nashville. So it's really not that bad at all. All right, so another myth, every haunted story in Bowling Green's got to be true, right? So now we do have a lot of ghost stories here. We got the Capitol Arts building downtown. It's haunted. Octagon Hall, haunted. Lost River Cave, haunted as you know what. But if you believe the legends, basically every other building in town has at least one spirit paying rent free. And hey, ghost tours, they are really popular here, okay? So we've got Ghost Walk downtown. We got legends, all kinds about Civil War soldiers, wandering fields, spooky tales about caves and old theaters. And now even my grandfather, he lived right on College Street near the WKU. And you would not believe the ghost stories this old man would tell us and have us all scared. He'd always have something about some crazed college student that passed away and now it's haunting us and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's ridiculous, but, so was he. So what can you do? So is every haunted story true? Probably not. But are some of them true? I don't know. I'll let you decide, guys. But speaking of Halloween, okay, so Bowling Green does have a piece of horror film royalty. We got John Carpenter, who is the creator of Halloween, among other legendary movies, is from Bowling Green. And actually, my dad went to high school with them, which is kind of cool. But which is just probably another reason why Halloween is so big here. They have events all throughout the season, like Scare on the Square, the Haunted Attraction. And then they also have like a John Carpenter themed driving tour. And then they also have some cool stuff they do at Jackson's Orchard here in Bowling Green as well. They have trunk or treats and all that stuff. So it's a really fun time of year. Absolutely. All right, so before we get to the next myth, I want to remind you guys that as much as I do like making these videos for you, I am a licensed realtor in Kentucky as well as Tennessee. So if you are looking to move here in the next 6 months, 6 years, 6 days, whatever, or if you just want some information about the area, just don't hesitate to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I'd be happy to help you with any kind of questions you have. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for your weekly fix of information about the area. But let's get to the next one. All right, so now this one cracks me up, guys. So in 2014, a sinkhole happened inside the Corvette museum and it swallowed up 8 cars. It was insane, y'all. The footage went viral. Suddenly, Bowling Green was famous for sinkholes like we were the set of some kind of disaster movie. But here's the thing. That was a one-time freak incident, guys. So sinkholes aren't just popping up every week like they're getting hungry for sports cars or something like that. Bowling Green does sit on a lots of caves, underground rivers, and that kind of thing. So sinkholes can happen, but it's not like we're living a real life Tremor situation or we're on the set of one of those dumb 911 shows where major disasters happen like every 35 seconds or something like that. But what happened at the Corvette Museum was a freak incident. So in fact, the museum turned that disaster into like a true exhibit. You can literally go see the cars. They got crushed. Honestly, it's like a brilliant idea. They turned bad luck into like a tourism thing. They kept most of the cars in the little cavern and everything. So it's kind of cool. So speaking of Corvette Museum, another misconception is that Bowling Green's entire economy is on Corvettes. Look, so Corvette plant is awesome. Bowling Green is the only place in the world where Corvettes are made, and that's something we're very proud of. But it's not the only thing here, guys, okay? So actually one of the biggest drivers of Bowling Green's economy is Western Kentucky University. Not only does it employ like thousands of people from professors to support staff, but actually my aunt was there. She worked there for many, many years, but it also attracts an enormous student population, guys. So these students, they contribute to the local economy, of course, with like housing and dining, entertainment, retail, all that stuff. And another significant and often overlooked sector is healthcare. So with places like medical center, hospital, among many different offsites, as well as rehab, nursing facilities, there are plenty of jobs available in the medical field here in Bowling Green. But also Bowling Green's manufacturing base is pretty big as well, guys. So with companies like Fruit of the Loom, which has a major operation base here, we also have a strong presence like automotive suppliers, food processors, and a bunch of other manufacturing industries. And it just makes Bowling Green a great place to find a good job. Plus, with all the growth we've seen in Bowling Green and surrounding areas, there are always endless construction jobs available. So it's great to see that the city isn't just putting all of its eggs in one basket. So whatever you're looking to do, there should be something available for you. All right, so now the funniest myth is Bowling Green is named after bowling. Okay, so now, I get why people think that. It sounds logical, I guess, but no. The name actually came from a park in New York called Bowling Green, where early settlers liked it and they just brought it here. So not exactly an exciting or cool story, but it is what it is. So no, it's not because we're obsessed with bowling or anything like that. However, if you want to talk about bowling, my granddad was a local legend here. So he was a member of the bowling league here, and he bowled many like perfect games, which I always thought was pretty cool, especially coming from someone who gets as many gutter balls as I do. All right, so another myth I wanted to address is that Bowling Green was home to some massive Civil War battlefield. The truth, well, we were more of a stronghold than a battlefield. The Confederates occupied the city for about a year, and then later Union forces took over. But there wasn't some epic Gettysburg-style showdown here or nothing like that. Now, you will see Civil War history around town. There are markers, old fortifications, even Octagon Hall nearby had ties to the war. But as far as a major battlefield, nah, more of a major headquarters. Still, it's part of the history, and it does kind of help with those ghost stories anyway. So, we just kind of went with it. And talk about misconception of a town, guys. So people think the Corvette Museum is like the only thing in Bowling Green. And don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but it's not the only attraction, y'all. We've got Lost River Cave with the underground boat tours and a sweet walking trail. They also have Russell Sims Aquatic Center, which for me and my family, we go there at least 2 or 3 times a year, and it's a lot of fun. So it's just a simple water park and doesn't break the bank. You got Beach Bend Park, which is fantastic. It's a amusement park, water park, raceway, and campsite all wrapped into one. So in the summertime, this place is hopping, guys. They also have Bowling Green Hot Rods minor league baseball team, which is a lot of the locals enjoy, and they have a lot of fun with that. You also, if you like games, you can also go to the Western Kentucky games. Bowling Green also has a ton of hiking, trails, rivers, park, concerts. They have festivals all the time, especially in the summertime. Plus, the downtown area is pretty fun as well. It's got a bunch of trendy restaurants, coffee shops, and bars. I mean, it's not like a major city like in Nashville or Louisville or something like that, but you definitely can have fun here. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So finally, the myth that sounded crazy to me the first time someone asked me about it is that Bowling Green was a dry town. Okay. So nope, don't worry. It ain't. So you can absolutely buy drink here, breweries, bars, restaurants. You got plenty. Okay. So now historically, Kentucky has had a lot of dry counties, but that is then and this is now, and you don't have to worry about that. You can get your draft beer. You can celebrate your Cinco de Mayo with your margaritas and all that stuff, so you're all good in the hood. So you don't have to worry about that whatsoever. All right, so there you have it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this myth-busting tour of Bowling Green, hit the like button, subscribe for more, as well as if you have any questions at all, or if you're thinking about moving here, just give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I'd be happy to talk to you and see how I can help. Okay, but that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you liked it. Until the next time, I'll see you later.